This is going to be a tour of my geode collection. It's getting kind of extensive. I need to slim down in my collection, so I don't have much room. But we'll start above the TV. Up here we've got a good collection of some quartz and some chalcedony here. Here's some nice geode. Some nice chalcedony, some blood red chalcedony there I found out at the Speedway. Really nice piece. Really nice quartz geode there. Beautiful stuff, beautiful quartz. Really beautiful. And right here, see this so closely I can zoom in. If you see just right there, those little spiky things, that is the tiniest bit of aragonite, if it'll stay in focus. Which is just another crystalline form of calcite. Down here we've got the sphalerite, which is a zinc oxide. It's dark as night. It looks like metal. It's freaking cool. You got a geode that looks like a booty. And we got some pyrite up here. Some of my pyrite pieces. There's a nice pyrite geode found out at the Speedway Borden wall as well. A nice piece of calcite. There's some more pyrite right there. Pretty awesome stuff. I never thought I would find pyrite that clean. There's another piece of the pyrite geode, the other half of it. More pyrite. And down here we got the barite shelf. Got a few pieces of barite nestled in there with some dolomite decaying into limonite. A nice barite crystal. This is the best lighting we're gonna get, guys. I'm sorry. This is daylight. I tried to do one last night and it was even darker. Very, very photogenic, perfectly perched pieces of barite within a nice crystalline geode. Of course. More barite. That was one of my first barites that I collected down in Leatherwood Creek down in Bedford. Not the greatest barite, that's barite nonetheless. Another few pieces of barite inside of that one. Got a bunch of perfectly cleaved rhombohedral pieces of calcite that I found in a geode not too long ago, which is freaking awesome. Bunch of barite slices and pieces that have fallen out of geodes. Up here, got some more quartz. A little bit of dolomite in the bottom of those. More quartz, calcite and dolomite, and that one I found down at Jackson Creek Park. Some more dolomite. Some more. Turn this off actually. Throwing off the light balance. That's better. Some more quartz pieces. A real hollow one from the Harrodsburg cutout prospect. Really nice piece. Some more quartz. There's the other half of that one. It's got a really nice calcite spire in it. It's very inspiring. Geode there. Now we will move on to next to my TV. Here's some of the bigger, more gemmy geodes. I'm messing with the white balance, but the absolute gemminess and quality of these geodes here are probably the better ones. They're nice and hollow, big crystals, really clear, really epic. It's a slice of a geode that came out probably, I think it was a day or two ago when I was down by Creek's Edge. And back here we've got a geode that I got minerals verified. I was curious as to what was sitting on top of the crystals right there, which it ended up being identified as marcasite, which is a new mineral for me. Here's the other half of it. Got a big piece of pyrite or pyrrhotite, however you say it. Some more marcasite speckle within the quartz. Here's a nice quartz geode I found not too long ago. Some calcite, not barite. And maybe some tiny little specks of pyrite as well. Yep, that's pyrite. And up next to my coffee maker, another nice quartz geode. And below my coffee maker is an absolute orange mammoth of a geode. Oh, God. All right, under the properly lit part. The biggest geode that I have in my collection right now is this behemoth. Here's my hand. It is Goliath. It's about the size of a bowling ball. Found it near where I find all my pyrite. I call it Pyrite Bay because it's just the only place I found in all of Bloomington that has such pristine barite. See if I can zoom in. I mean, look at that. There's some iron staining back there still, but epic freaking geode. Epic geode. This one I found at... it fell off. Where did you go? I think you went right there. I think it was like that or something. Anyways, this fell out of another big geode down at the Geode Beds at Southeast Park. Huge, huge crystal of calcite. Absolutely massive with some decayed dolomite beneath it. And let's scoot over as I mop the floor with my butt. This freaking geode, I found it at Sherwood Oaks Park. The barite crystals in it are absolutely freaking amazing. Like, I cannot just get over it. Oh my god, I'm just speechless. The barite crystals just perched all up in it. They're perfectly crystalline, perfectly clear. I'm getting to zoom as closely as I can. ADHD brain, pardon me. And there is the focal point. If you look closely within this crystal of barite, you see little specks, which I believe are some sort of iron inclusions, maybe marcasite, maybe goethite, some sort of ironish mineral. I've yet to identify that. There's some more barite crystals up in this corner. Looks like some sort of weird calcite formation. Maybe someone suggested celestine, which I don't know why. It's probably just calcite deposits, or maybe a big spire of weird aragonite. And back here you got another barite geode. Not as high quality, but it's still barite. Barite, bear wrong, bear left, whatever. Some really nice quartz pieces down here. Another really nice quartz piece from Sherwood Oaks. This one was from Jackson Creek Park area. One of my first dog-tooth calcite geodes right here. Very nice dog-tooth calcite points in there. Couldn't get all the iron out of it though, which is okay. Here is an interesting one from the north side of town near, I forget the name of the park. Cascade Park area, that's what it is. It has a really nice calcite spire with a few more behind it, and the most interesting barite formations I have ever seen, verified by mindat.org. Interesting, like pancake stacked, opaque, and white. All right, let's go down some more. Yeah. Getting into more crystalline stuff here. Really nice geode that I found just a few days ago. Epic clarity. And another piece right here. This one I uploaded recently. I'm pretty sure that's calcite formations on top of the quartz spire right there, which is freaking nuts. Freaking nuts! A couple more barite pieces, a nice slice of barite. I actually found this geode in the Borden Bowl down by Harrisburg. I walked all the way back, and when you have the big bowl of the Borden Group exposure, I walked up in between the actual layers around the top of it, climbed in between it, and cracked this geode out from the inside of the rim. And then it had a big old piece of barite sticking out of it. I was like, ooh, gimme. There's another piece of barite I found in that same area, just a little bit further down. There's a piece of barite kind of hiding back in there. Kind of hard to focus, so bear with me. Another nice quartz geode embedded in some Ramp Creek dolostone. And this one I found a few days ago. It is the most oddball-shaped geode I've ever found. It looks like something that you find with an amethyst geode. It almost looks like some sort of burrow or maybe a geothermal bubble. Something weird. It's long, it's flat, it makes me want pancakes. And another really gemmy geode from the other day. Probably the most quintessential and textbook geode that I've ever seen. There's the other half of it. Here's this geode I found at the Speedway. It was buried under the Borden wall. And the actual stream sediment. I cracked it open, and lo and behold, I'm going to zoom in as far as I can. If you see in between all the crystals, you guessed it, it's more pyrite. I don't know what it is about that area, but the pyrite there is just perfect. A nice little ball of quartz here and there. Not quartz, calcite. I stand corrected. And then this one is the Godzilla geode. I found it at the old spillway, just east of Harrodsburg. Absolutely the Goliath geode. It was actually more of a complete half when I found it, but I ended up breaking it off because it was too large to carry. Excellent gemminess, excellent druzy. Just, yeah, awesome geode. Awesome, awesome. And that'll do it for the front room. Actually, there's one more. I took this down to a rock hounding club at one point, and I'm pretty sure they said it was fossilized fish teeth. Bear with me. Little black specks. Could be fish teeth, that's what they told me. Crazy stuff. It's just a slab of limestone I found at Jackson Creek Park. Here is the rest of my collection. Here is another nice quartz geode I found over at the Dillman Prospect, just east of where I work. And these two pieces, holy moly. This is the greatest dolomite specimen I have ever found. I found it near the cave down by the Harrodsburg Prospect. Freaking looks like chocolate chips. And here's the quartz on the other side with tiny little spider-like appearances, which is manganese oxide fractals. Freaking, like, what? There's crazy growth on it, with quartz growing on top of it. Craziest piece I have, probably. Got a few more quartz geodes. Nice, nice, nice. The world's thinnest walled geode that I've ever found down at Sherwood Oaks. Some epic dolomite sticking out of it. It's a piece of calcite with some pyrite inclusions. And just a few more quartz geodes. And it's just a good, healthy hobby. So I do plan on trying to get some of the older, less gemmy-looking geodes. Probably give some of them to friends. I don't know, maybe even starting on Etsy, trying to sell them, but the whole shipping process and all that jazz is just a big turnoff for me, so I don't know. That's my collection, guys. I'm still looking for the ultimate geode, which is really big, really hollow, full of minerals that I have yet to find, so until next time, I'll see you guys in the creek.